3:30 a.m. They didn't speak to me. They didn't use their fingerprint at the turnstile, which was against the rules, but the system seemed to release them automatically. They went straight to the spinning room, typed in the password, and disappeared inside for exactly 1 hour. None of them touched the weights. None of them drank water. They walked in, and they crawled out, leaning on the walls, soaked in a sweat that looked oily. I tried to talk to Kleber at the shift change at 6 a.m. Kleber, what's going on in the bike room? I asked, grabbing my backpack. The night crew is using it, but the sign says maintenance. And Mariana, man, she's sick. She lost weight way too fast. Kleber was drinking his whey protein, scrolling on his phone. He didn't even look up. It's a high-performance group, Danilo. New franchise protocol. Metabolic hit. Elite stuff. Don't worry about it. They pay for a black diamond plan. But they look like crack addicts, Kleber. Seriously. Their skin is melting off. And what is that smell? Kleber finally looked at me. The white smile vanished. His eyes went cold. Are you a doctor, Danilo? No, I'm a physical trainer. Then train physiques and leave the management to me. If they get sick, they signed a liability waiver. Your job is to watch the weight room and make sure no one steals the dumbbells. The bike room is rented for a private project. Don't meddle, stay in your lane. He patted my shoulder. Pat, that was a little too hard. The job market is tough, Danilo. Don't lose your job over curiosity. I went home, but I couldn't sleep. The image of Mariana haunted me. I knew what drugs did. I've seen people abuse diuretics, T3, clenbuterol. But this was different. They weren't just drying out fat. They looked like they were being consumed from the inside out. Last night, I decided I wasn't going to ignore it anymore. It was 3:40 a.m. The zombie group, as I'd mentally nicknamed them, had been inside the spinning room for 20 minutes. The gym was empty, except for them and me. I went to the door. I pressed my ear against the glass covered by the brown paper. The soundproofing was good, but not perfect. I could hear the hum of the bike spinning, but I didn't hear music. Spinning classes have loud music, shouting, motivation. In there, the only human sound was moaning, muffled screams of pain, crying, and someone vomiting. I tried the handle. Locked. I looked at the keypad. For digits. I remembered the gym's anniversary. Nothing. I tried today's date. Nothing. Then I remembered Kleber's ego. He had a tattoo on his arm. 1985. The year he was born. I typed 1-9-8-5. The light turned green. I took a deep breath, pulled my shirt up to cover my nose, and opened the door. The heat hit me like a physical punch. The temperature inside must have been bordering on 50 degrees Celsius, 122 degrees Fahrenheit. The air was thick, unbreathable, saturated with humidity, and that chemical smell of rotten vinegar mixed with boiled meat. The room was dim, lit only by red emergency lights along the baseboards. There were 12 bikes, all occupied, but they weren't just pedaling. Mariana was on the front bike, strapped to the machine. There were Velcro straps binding her wrists to the handlebars and her feet to the pedals. She was pedaling at a frantic, inhuman pace. Her legs were spinning so fast they were a blur, but she wasn't doing it voluntarily. Her bike, and the others, were connected to an external motor. The motor was forcing the pedals to turn. If she stopped applying force, her legs would be snapped by the mechanical movement. She had to keep up with the machine's rhythm to avoid having her bones ground to dust. But the worst part wasn't the forced movement. The worst part was the masks. Every student was wearing a transparent oxygen mask, connected by tubes that went up to the ceiling, feeding into the AC vents. Inside the masks, a yellowish gas was being pumped in. Mariana looked at me when I entered. Her eyes were red with burst blood vessels. Her skin glistened with sweat, but also with blisters. Small burn blisters covered her arms. She tried to scream, but the mask muffled the sound.